Hey family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, click that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. So as you guys seen by the title, I'm going to be giving you guys a little girl talk chit chat about how do you know if you're pregnant. I get so many DMs and messages, comments, everything. I get a lot of questions about how I knew I was pregnant before I took a test. What were my symptoms? Did I have any different symptoms than like the usual symptoms that people get? The answer is yes, 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 yes. I am here to spill all of the tea. We're just gonna sit back and have a little girl talk chit chat, and I hope you guys find something useful in this video. If you clicked on this video, you either A, are just a supporting subscriber, or B, you really want to know how do I know if I'm pregnant, because you're either trying or you slipped up and you think you might be. Either way, this is a safe space. You can comment anything down below. I will respond. My fellow subscribers will respond, and we'll have just a little chit chat. Before we get started, give this video a big thumbs up and also comment down below. Subscribe so you can join the fam and get more lit videos like this one. Don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. So first things first, yes, I'm a mom. My son is 6 months. I found out I was pregnant the end of 2019. So obviously one of the first things that anybody would tell you before you take a physical test that you are pregnant is if you miss your period. But sometimes that is not always the case. I personally, I did miss my period, and that's how I kind of like knew, or that was one of the signs of me knowing like, okay, something's up. But I know a lot of people who did not miss their period, and I know a lot of people who had their period for 5 months, my mom included. When she was pregnant with me, she had her period for 4 to 5 months, so she had no clue that she was even pregnant for 4 to 5 months. So it is possible to still have your period and still be pregnant. It is possible to miss your period, and it is possible that you may even think that it is your period and it's not even your period. When you first become pregnant, some women, this does not happen to all, but some women have an inclination bleed. I did not have that. Some women get this last little bit of blood that they think is their period, but it's really not. It's the inclination bleeding. It's just your body clearing out that last little bit of blood so it can prepare you for your baby. But yes, that's number one. Just because you either miss your period or have a period, that does not really define if you are not pregnant, because either way you may still be pregnant. Number two is discharge. Every woman has some type of discharge, whether it's lightly, whether it ruins our underwear. Sometimes it gets frustrating. Sometimes you think, is this even normal? Should I go to the hospital? Is this something else other than discharge? Is it an STD? Is it an infection? Is it be like, our minds just go crazy, especially when it comes to discharge. But discharge, surprisingly, can be another sign that you are pregnant. I personally had a lot. Every time like I would feel like my period is coming, because I would feel super like wet basically, and I'm like, oh my god, it's my period. So I run to the bathroom and it's not. It's just the discharge. What you need to know is what's normal and what's not normal discharge. First of all, if your discharge is green, yellow, dark, that is most likely some type of infection, whether it's BV or a STD, just something. If it's yellow, green, brown, like dark in any way, tinted in any way, it's probably some type of infection. If it's white, like super white and chunky looking, it's probably a yeast infection. If it itches, you definitely know it's a yeast infection. Normal discharge is more like clearish, almost like gel. That's kind of how it is, like gel almost. And if you have like super clear, watery gel, like a kind of sticky a little bit, that can be a sign that either one, you're ovulating, so this is the perfect time to get pregnant if you want, or two, you are already pregnant and your body is just getting itself prepared for your unborn child. Number three is cramping. Some people expect this to be like super painful. Some people expect this to feel exactly like period cramps. I guess it kind of depends on the person. Me personally, it felt like mild period cramps. Like it wasn't strong that I'm like bent over, but like that first day your period is kind of like starting to to form, that's exactly how it feels. Like mild cramps, like, oh, it feels like my period's coming but I don't see any blood, or this isn't like the normal cramping, I guess, of a period. You could be pregnant. I definitely was. You know your body, you know what's normal, what's not. So number 4 is rib pain. I said this in my very first video on YouTube, which, oh my god, do not watch that video. It makes me cringe because I was talking so shy and timid and I had poor quality. The thumbnail, like, I cannot watch that video. If you want to watch it for entertaining purposes or to see how I found out, you can go ahead and watch it, but please, I had lots of rib pain. A lot of women don't experience this. I don't know why I experienced it. I'm just assuming because I'm more like slimmer, I guess. So it's like I just feel everything. Like I don't really know the cause, because maybe somebody that's more bigger than me probably can still feel the rib pain. I don't know, but all I know is my ribs were hurting so bad, and I'm like, why are my ribs hurting so much? Like it just felt like somebody was like banging my ribs and like trying to break them. Like it was literally like horrible. But I guess I was feeling the pain because my body was shifting. If you guys don't know, now you know. When you're pregnant, all your organs like smash themselves together in the weirdest way to come up so you can have more room for your stomach to grow. So all your organs and intestines, just everything literally rises up as close as possible and like put themselves together, which is why it's so hard for a lot of pregnant women to breathe. So if you feeling some rib pain, sis, you're probably pregnant. Next is frequent urination. Personally, this did not happen to me. I was going to the bathroom like completely like normal. It wasn't nothing crazy like, oh my god, I'm there every 5 minutes. Like no, like I wasn't really going to the bathroom like this, because I've seen some women, like I had a pregnant girl in my class before and she was going to the bathroom every 2 seconds. So there's some women who has to keep going to the bathroom. You keep feeling the urge to pee. No, I can say that when I did have the urge to go to the bathroom and I would go and it would feel like I have to pee so bad, and then when I go, nothing comes out. It's like 2 drops. Now that is also a sign of pregnancy, just feeling like that urge but then nothing comes out. Like you really don't even have to really go to the bathroom, but it feels like it. That's a sign for sure. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the frequent urination and kind of like the urge to go and nothing comes out. Bloating is one as well. I'm trying to think if I think I did have a lot of bloat. Basically like your stomach just feels like super hard and like gassy and just like you're just stuffed. Like it feels like you're full, like you ate like that. I think I was having a lot of that as well. So you might think, oh, I just had a big dinner and maybe I'm just still full the next day. Like no honey, you probably are bloated. Nausea. So in the very beginning, and I'm talking like that 1 to 2 week, really don't know that you're pregnant, I was not nauseous at all. A lot of women know like off the bat, oh, I'm pregnant. They immediately just start like throwing up and feeling seasick and just feeling like dizzy. That did not happen to me until week 5, and I would never forget, like from week 5 to week 14 I threw up every day. It was, oh my god, it was horrible. That first trimester, I will like, it's making me gag. Just like I can throw up now just thinking about it. It was literally horrible. And then throw up, when you are nauseous and actually throwing up, it's not like your average throw up that you would think like with food and stuff. Like it's like this creamy, oh my god, I can't even talk about it. That's how disgusting it is. It's like this creamy like saliva. Ugh, I can't talk about it. But just know nausea is definitely a symptom, and even if you don't have it, because like I said, I did not get it in the beginning, I got it a few weeks after, like around week 5. If you are nauseous and you have like motion sickness, like say if you're in a car and you never really got car sick before, but now all of a sudden you're car sick, that can be a sign that you are definitely pregnant. Achy breast. I know a lot of girls who were in like serious pain. I don't think I was in serious pain. I think it was like mild. I can't remember. So my breasts were hurting like mildly, but I did notice that like my areola was starting to get really big. Like they were like bullseyes, like. But yes, like if your areolas are looking bigger than usual, that is definitely a sign that you are pregnant. Another symptom, people say like glowy skin, like oh, it looks like you're glowing. You may be pregnant. Like if you're getting compliments on glowy skin around the time that you're supposed to get your period, it's possible. Like, and the whole glowy skin is basically when you're pregnant, your skin gets like more oily and more like shiny because you're just like filled with different hormones and all types of stuff. So that's why you get the glowy skin. It's not all of a sudden you just have some highlight. Like, no, that's not what the term is. Lastly is appetite change. If you are noticing that you are eating stuff you hate, or that you don't like stuff that you love, or you're just eating a bunch of stuff, like overeating and just have the munchies, or maybe you have no appetite. I personally did not have an appetite for weeks. Like, I just didn't want to eat. But I also noticed a change in certain things. Like, I hate apple juice, but for some reason I wanted to drink apple juice. Things that I would never eat, I was eating. And the stuff that I loved, seafood, oh my god, I could not bear the taste of seafood. It was so nasty to me. Change in appetite is definitely one of the biggies. You don't just randomly eat things that you don't like unless there's something there. Before I end today's video, I just want to leave off on this note that if you're feeling any of this stuff, you are probably pregnant. But if your period does come, it doesn't necessarily mean that you weren't pregnant. You could have actually been pregnant, but it's something called a chemical pregnancy. It's like a very, very early miscarriage, like days or like week 1 or something like that. Like, chemical pregnancies are possible. So you may think, oh, I had all these symptoms and I thought I was pregnant and stuff, but my period came, so I guess I'm not. Like, no, you could have been, but just had a chemical pregnancy. Or you were just thinking too much and holding your period back, because when you overthink, your period definitely does not come on. Like, you're thinking, oh, I'm pregnant, oh my god, this is a symptom. It holds your period back. Like, when you stress like that, your period does not come, which is the weirdest thing. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, just so you won't drive yourself crazy, I would just take a pregnancy test, just so you can see, and just so you can start taking your vitamins and start doing the proper things that you need. But with that being said, that completes the end of today's video. If you're new here, click that subscribe button, and also don't forget to comment down below and turn on that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a new video. And I will see all of you guys in my next one.